To be honest, I really don't know how to start this video, but I know as I just continue to talk, the words will come. But this, as a new filmmaker and person or artist trying to figure out themselves and the world of film, photography, videography, cinematography, directing, editing, all that you can think of, I have been, this has been on my heart for a minute now of like documenting my journey as a new up and coming amateur filmmaker, photographer, videographer. This has been on my heart for a minute on honestly the things I've learned in the past couple of months. Not even a couple of months, been like 6 months lately. And there's a lot of stuff I've learned, a lot of stuff. And some things I wish I can take back, some things I wish I knew beforehand, some things I wish I didn't have to learn the hard way. But honestly, all of it has prepared me for who I will become as a filmmaker, and not even just a filmmaker, an artist, because I'm trying to have a variety of things that I do. Definitely when it comes to the art form. There's 5 things that I've learned that I hope I can help y'all understand as well, so that as y'all are finding yourselves as artists, these are things to look out for. So, yeah. So if you're ready for that video and to see what all comes, stick around and we're going right to it. This is the 5 things that I've learned. The first one is, please, for the love of God, for real, unless you just roll in like that, roll in deep and bank, don't buy a lot of gear. I have bought a lot of gear. I have gotten this camera that was really my Christmas present. My parents got me that. But on my end, I have bought 2 lenses. Do I regret buying the lenses? No. I actually very much love my lenses. Definitely the one I'm using right now. It's the Sigma 18 and 35mm art lens. I love it. It's beautiful. And my other one is the 25mm 1.7 lens. I love this one too. This is a good one and gun one. Tripods, just got a gimbal, a lot of other stuff, lighting, mics, filters, yeah, the whole 9. And a cage, I got a cage. Do I think this stuff is valuable? Absolutely, it is very valuable. I think for me I thought the gear translated to better videos. I was completely wrong. No matter how much gear you buy, someone who's more experienced can use way less and make a dramatic, great film with less, with someone who has more but doesn't know how to use it. And that's something I have to learn and still learning, because I'm still at this place to where I think I need all this gear. If I get all the gear, then my videos would just be like this person, that person. It'll be good enough for a big screen, blah, blah. I'll be great. No. That's not how it works. I had to learn that whatever I had, the little that I have, and honestly I have a lot, but with the little that I did have, if I mastered that, how to use it wisely, how to use it right, then the what I'm looking for, the look that I'm going for, I will achieve if I learn how to use what I have. So, one, that saves me a lot of money, saves me a lot of time, because if I'm consistently buying gear and not learning how to use the stuff that I have now, just because I added to my collection doesn't mean I automatically know how to use it. You know, that's something new now that I have to pick up and try to learn, which makes it more complicated and makes it a lot more time consuming. So, don't be like me. Please don't be like me. If you are a new artist coming up and you have a camera, you're good. Honestly, you're good. And you will know when it's time to upgrade or buy the stuff that you need. Yes, I honestly bought it to take myself more seriously, so I invested in myself, and which is great. If you have the money, if you have it and you really want to take it seriously and invest in the gear, then definitely go ahead and do it. But don't look at it as, if I get this gear, it will change who I am and my work as a filmmaker, because it won't. All it will do is help you get to where you want to be as a filmmaker, to actually make your work pleasing, not just for audiences or for your viewers, but for you. That's something you have to learn to understand and work on for yourself as a filmmaker, and not as a filmmaker, as an artist, because I'm going into videography, photography, editing. Obviously videography, cinematography the same, but videography, cinematography, editing, lighting, all that stuff, it plays a huge part together. But I feel like you have to, take a step at a time. So gear, is it necessary? Not really. It's really just a want. Do you need it? No. All you really need is what you have, and you can do a lot with what you have. You know how many people I have seen make movies with this thing, make crazy pictures with this thing, like your phone that you carry every day? But like something like this, it's so easy to use, it's convenient, and you can get a lot out of your work if you just use what's convenient to you. So the gear, just use what you have and start from there. Next one is, and I kind of already got into that, use what you have. Use what you have. If you have a phone, you don't have a digital camera, use a phone. Easy. Take your phone, go out and shoot. Go out and take some nice shots. This thing has stability. It has, like, you can get apps on here that are just beautiful and make it easier to work like a digital camera. So yeah, use what you have. If you have an iPhone, use an iPhone. If you have Android, I think Androids shoot nice too. I've been seeing the commercials. They're nice as well. Use whatever you have. If you do have a camera and you have one lens, then use that lens to its fullest extent. Use it and find the strengths and the negatives of the gear that you have. I think it's best to learn and get experience with what you have now than to add more to the plate and add more and more and more, because that's just more stuff you have to learn and pick up. But then it gets kind of confusing and daunting, because now you have to, since I didn't learn how to work this lens, now I have a more technical lens. Now I have to learn this lens with this lens, and it's like, it gets very overwhelming, overbearing, and honestly, I think it kills creativity. Because if you're so worried about gear and getting gear, then I feel like that hurts your ability to go out there and create work. Because now it's like, I got the gear, what do I do now? Well, you're supposed to go make work or create your work. And until you learn to create work first and gear comes second, then you're just gonna have all this gear but nothing to show for it. And I think that's the part where I almost got dragged into, until I finally said, no, if I'm gonna buy all this gear, buy all this stuff, then I need to put my work out and start experimenting with what I have and learning it and picking up on it and putting it out there. And I think that's vital. That's what you have to do. Because if you don't do that, then you just paid for stuff that are going to collect dust. You don't want to do that. So use what you have. My third one is welcome mistakes. Me starting out, I really thought for some reason, I put it in my mind that I had to know everything, the ins and outs about being a filmmaker. Even being a photographer, being an editor, doing lighting, how to use a gimbal, how to use a tripod, all these things, pull focus, ISO, I had to know it. Like, I just had to know it right then and there. No, you don't. Well, I'm gonna say this, I didn't. There were so many times I looked at the camera and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it dawned on me, because for some reason I put it in my mind that I had to know it. I just had to know it like that. I had to pick it up fast. And I would say that's more on the world standards that you have to know everything as quick as possible, and which is not true at all. It takes a process to learn all of this stuff. So what I had to do and look back on myself was I had to be okay with not knowing everything and making mistakes. There were so many times I had projects and did work, and I did great work, but I also made great mistakes. And in those great mistakes, I've learned who I am as a person and who I am as an artist, and what makes me valuable and what can hurt me. And that was so important for me to realize for myself, because I am not going to be a perfect artist. I'm not always going to get the perfect shot, not always going to make the perfect edit, not always going to get the lighting perfect. I'm always not going to focus perfectly. I'm not going to have everything perfect. Everything's going to have its own mistakes, a part of it, but I feel like that's what makes it perfect. I feel like the mistakes is what makes you better. If you think, or if you're coming into your field as a new artist, be okay with making the mistakes. Accept them. And I feel like once you accept them, you will start to enjoy the process. If you're just looking to be the best and the greatest, sorry, but like definitely starting out, if you're just looking to be the best and greatest starting out, you're going to be very disappointed. And the only reason I say that is because that means you're not allowing room for growth. Everyone has to grow. Even the top filmmakers, actors, people you see on TV, the stars, none of them are perfect. All of them need work, and all of them make mistakes. So if the top tier of the people need work and make mistakes, then you should be okay with realizing for yourself, I'm gonna make mistakes and I need work. And that is the best way to become the best version of yourself. Being okay with those mistakes, being okay with not knowing everything or anything, and welcoming everything that comes with it. And that's something I have definitely learned now, that it's okay to not know. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to be like, I don't know this, I'm new. What do I do? What am I doing? What do I do? It's okay. It's definitely okay, because definitely if you have the people around you that care the most for you and really want to see you be the best version of yourself, they're going to help you. And that's going to make you better. That's going to make them better. And that's how you grow. So welcome mistakes. Be okay with it. This is a huge one. This is a huge one I'm learning now. Discover who you are as an artist. As I'm working, and as I'm creating content, creating short films, taking pictures, editing things that I've recorded, putting stuff together, I'm learning my strengths, I'm learning my weaknesses, but I'm learning what I love, what I enjoy doing, what I enjoy working on and putting together. That is so important. I used to be one of those people who would go on YouTube, look up not how do you do this, but like other people's work. And I'd be like, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh, I want to do that. I want to make something like that. That's what I want to do. That's the shot I want to take. Boom, 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 boom. That's how I want to edit. All this stuff. And basically, I was comparing myself to other people. Don't do that. Don't do that. I think it's better to find yourself in their work, but don't. Find yourself in their work. Find what sparks you. Find what sparks inspiration in you. Find what touches you. But do not think that what they do, or do not mimic or copy what someone else's work does. I feel like all that does is make you become another version of them. And I don't think no one should be that way. I feel like everyone, no matter if you do filmmaking, no matter if you're an architect, no matter if you're a painter, singer, accountant, whatever, everyone has their way of doing something, and it's always different from someone else. Yes, you can match or learn from someone and then apply it, but if you're just consistently trying to replicate and be that person, do what that person did, create what that person created, you will never find who you are. You will never find what makes you special. There's always something I see in other people's work that I'm like, that's great. I would like to apply that in my work, but maybe I'll tell it differently, or maybe I'll show it in a way that shows more of me and not them. And I think that's the most important thing. As an artist, you have to find out what makes you you. Why is your work different from them? If I'm hiring somebody and it's between two people or a variety of people, and I see your work and all I see is copy and paste of what I always see, I'm gonna push you to the side. Okay, I've seen that before. That's nothing new. Anyone can do that. I've seen many people do that. But I feel like once you find yourself, who you are, and you put your type of work out, and you show who you are as an artist, you're gonna come across more people to be like, wow, I've never seen something like that. That person's different. That person's unique. That person has a different mindset or take on something that I'm maybe not familiar with, but I'm intrigued about. I'm gonna give this person a chance. That's very important. I think that's more valuable than copying what other people do. In this world, definitely as I'm learning, I think it's best as an artist to be you, not be like anybody else. Don't copy, don't mimic, don't try to consume yourself with what other people do, and don't try to conform to what other people think and how other people create. Be different, be unique, be you. The more you are yourself, the more valuable you are to not just the people around you, but the world. People want to see others that honestly bring something different to the table. I don't feel like the world wants to see, or the real people don't want to see the same thing over and over and over. They're always looking for something new. They're always looking for something authentic. They're always looking for something that makes you stand out. And I feel like with doing that, you must find yourself as a filmmaker, not just a filmmaker, as an artist. You must find yourself as an artist. You must find what makes you you, and hone in on those strengths and practice on those weaknesses and put those together to make some beautiful work, a beautiful representation of who you are as an artist. Remember that. Number 5 is, I'm not gonna call it cliche, but it's the one I've always heard and I finally adjusted to, and I'm happy I'm doing it. And that is, go out and shoot. I think I heard this on a YouTube video. It was a video or something, but it said the best camera to have, the best camera to have is the one that's on you. Something like that. I think it's something like that. The best camera to have is the one you. The best camera to have is the one that you have. I don't think that's it. But it's like the best camera you have is the one that's. The best camera to use is the one that you have. Something like that. Okay. So, yeah. Go out and shoot. Go out and shoot. Simple as go out and shoot. Just like the other ones. The other ones don't mean anything if you don't go out and shoot. Literally. How can you find yourself as an artist if you don't go shoot? How can you know what gear to get, what gear not to get if you don't go out and shoot? How do you find yourself if you don't go out and shoot? If you don't go out and make content, go out and just shoot the day, like shoot a journey, shoot people, like just record people, record what you like, record you cooking, record you singing, record your friends, family members, your dog, your cat, like your fish, record anything. Just go out and shoot. And I feel like that is so important. That's what I had to learn. At first I was buying a lot of gear, but wasn't shooting much. I would shoot, and then after I shoot, honestly, I wouldn't do anything with it. And that was a bad part on me. So I've had to realize, if you're going to shoot, have intentions behind your shoots. Also have intentions after you shoot. When you go out and record, take pictures, whatever you do, make sure that there's intention behind it, but also that you're just not wasting a picture, you're not wasting a video, you're not wasting a perfect shot, you're not wasting a story, you're not wasting a journey, you're not wasting nothing that you have recorded, taken pictures of, that you have discovered. Don't waste it. Use it and apply it. Create something with it. I know I ran into this problem when I was first shooting. When I was first shooting on my phone, I got some great shots, some great footage, some great pictures, and they were just on my phone for a long time. And it took me a minute to actually put it together. And I was like, why did it take me so long? Like, why? And then when I did that, I didn't shoot for like a while because I had so much already that I didn't use. And I feel like that also makes it harder to shoot. So if you do shoot and you go out, take pictures, or you go out and try to make a video, have intentions with what you're shooting, with what you're taking pictures of, and then have intention of what would you do with that, with what you've gotten. Use it, share it. Please share it. I'm not going to say go out and shoot, but go out and share. Share your work. Honestly, most people don't care. Those people don't care or look at the mistakes that you've made. They honestly don't. I had to learn that too. Honestly, the mistakes is what makes you stand out. The mistakes are what, honestly, we or you, the creator, focus on the most, while everyone else is like, I like it, you know? And if they don't like it, they don't like it. But if they do like it, then you just learn something about your work and what you do. And I feel like that's key to this. Be okay with sharing your work. It doesn't have to be perfect. Not at all. I understand it's not perfect. But being able to share your work, to shoot, put something together, and give to the world, give to somebody, and watching their reactions and how they feel is so much inspiration to make you do it again. And then it becomes a habit, and then it becomes something that is just natural for you to do. And I think that's how you grow as well. So when you shoot, have intention with what you shoot, have intention with after you shoot, and share it. And I promise you, that will make your beginning journey as an artist so much easier, more valuable, and fun and exciting. So those are my 5 considerations of a beginner filmmaker, and I hope you learned something from this, and I hope you can apply these. And yeah, I hope it actually helps you a lot. It has helped me, so I hope it can help you. And yeah, thank y'all for listening, and I'm out, J family. Love, peace, and blessings to you all. Peace. Mwah.